So we're looking at question number 2, and with this question, it says, the players run like gazelles from one end of the court to the other. They also leap high into the air, semicolon. Basketball arenas are brightly lit and help show off spectacular athletic feats. So looking at what we have going on here with this question, what we want to realize is that in the portion that's underlined, high into the air, and then basketball arenas, one of the things that is really important to notice is that we have a semicolon underlined. And when you have a semicolon or a comma or any punctuation point underlined, that's definitely one of the top things that you want to look at in terms of checking to make sure it's grammatically correct. So if we think back to our punctuation drill, we want to remember that the semicolon is used to separate two full sentences, and the sentences have to be somewhat related. So if we think about what we have going on before the semicolon, the first two sentences are about the players. It's telling us that they run like gazelles, and it says they also leap high into the air. So this whole segment before that semicolon is all about the basketball players. Everything after the semicolon is talking about the basketball arena. So when we think about this, if it says basketball arenas are brightly lit and help show off spectacular athletic feats, that is a totally different topic. So even though we have two full sentences, they're not necessarily related. So when we're going through the answer choices, what we want to do is see if there could be anything that's better than the semicolon option. So the first answer choice is a no change, like it always is. So looking at that, we're going to leave it in because it's not necessarily really wrong, but we want to make sure that there's nothing better. So we'll leave answer choice A in with a kind of dash that we'll come back to it. Answer choice B is the one that replaces this with a comma. Now, we don't want to replace it with a comma because that's getting worse in terms of the spectrum. Because what we do have are two full sentences, and we automatically know that we can't separate two full sentences with a comma. So if you pick that, we want to revisit the whole rules that commas do not separate full sentences. So answer choice B is out. So now we're down to A, C, and D. So answer choice C is the one that replaces the semicolon with a period. So that's sort of what we were looking for, because that's definitely going to be a little bit better than the semicolon option, because having a period there is showing the reader that these two sentences are not related, and they're really not. So answer choice C is going to be way better than A, so we're going to get rid of that, but you always want to check all answer choices. And answer choice D replaces the semicolon with the word because. So that would mean that it would read, they also leap high into the air because basketball arenas are brightly lit. So if you think about that, there's no causation there. So a basketball player is not going to leap high into the air because the arena is lit brightly. He's probably going to jump into the air because he's going to block a ball or try to dunk. So there's no causation, so therefore you can get rid of D, and the answer for this question is going to be letter C.